I'm here, I promise.
Yahoo!
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Everybody can do.
Club, come on and jive. Something about
I made a mistake.
something and wanted. Anyway, I don't know. Hello, everybody. We're here. We're here for some very important news. D&D is happening closer than you think.
Closer than you think.
Closer than you think. It could be happening in your very house. Make sure you have your doors and windows locked. And
what in the Fallout is happening?
I don't know.
It's 8:30 p.m. Do you know where your party is?
Do you know where your piss goblin is?
Do you know where your piss goblin is? I do. He's helping his wife.
Doors are open. I'm sure that's not the only thing, LV. All right, so.
Oh, wow.
What's happening?
Okay.
We're 15 seconds in.
The 7-Eleven down the street is what I was referring to.
Right.
Yeah, we're here. We're here. We're great. Wow, listen here, you Jezebel.
I was here the whole time. I wasn't off camera.
No, not at all. All right. We are ready to go. Finally. Announcements. None. Not really. Thank you for hanging out this week. Enjoyed seeing everybody on Tuesday for the lovely little reunion of Game of Santos. Looking forward to seeing some more of those shenanigans this spring. See you Tuesday. Age of Myth comes back. Yes, time for the finale. The final battle is upon us. Thebes is on fire. Phobos is loose. And, that'll be great. Join us for the other 130 streams in 1 week. Listen.
103?
100 and... 100 and...
No.
1,000.
There you go.
I can count.
You're combining 1,300 with 1,300 in the most incorrect way.
I don't have an Age of Myth command. I thought it was concluding faster. You know what? It's fine. So did I. But it's fine. I don't think there's anything else. Well, we have a Star Wars game, I think, slated for the 22nd of February. So look forward to that. More details as they arrive. I think that's it. We're ready to go. Let's jump into tonight's episode of The Hunted, Age of Intervention. I read it backwards. Yeah.
The year is 1805, and our world is about to suffer its greatest threat in over 2,000 years. Since the dawn of civilization, our kind has stood vigilant over our mortal brothers and sisters, protecting them from the darkness that hunts and consumes us. For a time, we thought we had pushed that evil away. All that then remained was to watch the stars for when or if it would ever return. We stood too attentive, however, to that abyss beyond, that we did not see the threat that our brethren would become to us. During the collapse and the centuries that followed, we lost much to the cruelty, greed, and prejudice of man. Now, we have taken to the shadows, so that we might still protect our people, even if in doing so we risk being executed for what we are. For there are more of them than there are of us, and we dare not become the monsters that our forefathers became. shame that in the midst of all of civilization's triumphs, we would become.
Recommended.
I have not looked at the clips recommended.
No, the was it Legends of Evantris? There's that one where it's like he has the ability to break the fourth wall, and his D&D character goes, "A raid is here," and the entire in-game party's like, but it's because their Twitch got raided.
That's amazing.
I don't watch
Hello,
Legends
Raiders.
of Evantris, but I like that clip.
That sounds pretty great, honestly.
Hello,
Honestly.
Raiders.
Welcome. We are
Farmers.
yes.
Ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba.
He's like, I'm so tired of my life and we just started. It's fine. It's fine. Last we left off. Our illustrious, I love that word, illustrious teacher, Esh, had been given two students, one by the name of Ezra, one by the name of Solomon. Within 15 minutes, Solomon was kidnapped. 15 minutes being a general term of like a couple of days, but you know, that's fine. Hello, children. You had Esh is part of the House of Pentacles, a traveling circus of some former, some mostly Orphic members, where the lessons that are given are ones of and not espionage, but I guess espionage also works, of being able to blend into one's surrounding while also retaining your ability to be unique, especially for those with Orphic blood. Some point during that night of their first day in Oldenburg, Germany, some rather curious goings on went down. Ash and Ezra were invited to a dinner party where they were the entertainment, both in a literal sense and in a literal sense, as the estranged sister of Ash, one Seraphina Madhawk, had used Ezra as demonstration assistant.
Target practice.
Also known as target practice. Yeah. While this was going down, Solomon had run off, as he had some sort of foresight into events around an individual here in Oldenburg. The House of Kroon, a orphanage that stands on the outside of town where Dimitri was a part of. Both Solomon and one of Dimitri's brothers has gone missing. And over the course of the next few hours, some clues were hunted down, trying to find what may have happened to your missing child and Dimitri's missing brother. You guys had been given some clues as to following some tracks that you had uncovered. And I believe the last we had left off was you were following those tracks, correct? All right. You've been joined by some people from the local priory located in the Black Forest, and we had oh my gosh, where did I have there? Here it is. We had Labros and Peter. Very fun sounding name and a very regular sounding name. As they had brought with them a traveling alchemist that also has a relation to Mr. Solomon Kent, one Senna Idris. I believe on the cart as you guys are traveling currently is Esh, Ezra, Dimitri, Senna, and Alders went with you, or did you take Alders' cart? I was trying to remember. I think you had come on the cart on your own, right?
I believe so. I don't think Alder was with us.
I think Alder had stayed behind. Okay. So as the four of you, mind you, it is midnight, 1 o'clock, somewhere in that range in the morning. The night sky has the stars and the moon that light the horizon as you guys have your lanterns on either side of the cart that are kind of lighting up the way a couple, about 24 feet in front of you or so. You guys are on the cart. Let me switch this. All right. So, as you are traveling, and you are following the tracks in the road as they lead out of Oldenburg and into the forested mountains in the area, Dimitri, a lot has happened within the last couple of hours. Aside from your brother now being missing, aside from your family now being displaced and in whereabouts unknown to you, you now find yourself in the company of these particular individuals. They don't seem to know much about the old ways that you know or that you have been taught by your mothers, but something about who they not pretend to be, but who they're presenting themselves to be, both makes them familiar and even more strange than the regular folk of the city. What are your thoughts?
He's just gonna stay guarded, but keep an eye out for anything related to his brother, info-wise.
Okay. As far as Senna, Esh, and Ezra, what are you guys doing? I'm assuming, Esh, you are leading this or driving?
I am driving, yes. I'm trying to think of how the tracks were discovered.
I think I rolled a crazy check.
Yeah, I think so too. So I think someone else is the eyes necessarily, but I am driving. Yeah.
Okay.
It was the check that I rolled was because there was an enchantment placed that was obscuring the tracks to make everything look older than it was.
Yeah, and then we dispelled it.
That, and then I think the tracks were very obvious.
Yeah.
Yeah, there we go.
That's what it was. Got there.
You did it.
We did it, Joe.
I'm trying to decide if I want to cast a thing, but I think it's just early. So I'm going to pay attention to the tracks, but I'm curious as a teacher how the other three are interacting, because this is like 1 a.m., thick of it. We've already been through plenty. Ezra has been shot at. And was around some very dangerous and politically scrupulous people. Mm-hmm. There is a new person who is potent in some way and has gone through a very distinct trauma. And then there is a returning friend and acquaintance that I'm tied to that has been returned in not great circumstances. And I'm also missing a student. Student is a strong word.
The big one.
Yeah. So, a lot on the mind, we'll say. But I am keeping an ear out to just see how they're talking. But I'm kind of keeping to myself.
Okay. Who then is watching the tracks or watching the road, keeping an eye out on the horizon, so to speak?
Ezra might, because I think if Ezra doesn't like have it a task to do, he's gonna go to sleep, and I don't think that this is the time. So I think Ezra's self-assigned task is to keep track and make sure they're going in the right direction.
Okay. Beautiful. All right. Then to that degree, in that regard, Ezra, go ahead and make a survival check, or survival and I guess perception, because you are tracking, but then you are also keeping an eye out.
So am I making 2 separate checks then?
Yes, please.
Okay. Well, this isn't gonna go well, guys. Someone else should have done this.
Hey, this is early. Fuck up. It's fine.
That's cocked. Okay, it's a 12 for survival
Beautiful.
Nice.
and a 5 for perception.
You've
Also,
killed us all.
also amazing.
Plus 0.
This is great. No, it's fine. It's fine. Okay, you keep your eyes out. And by out, I mean you are basically
Sleepy eyes.
you are yeah, I would say that's pretty fair. You're like trying to use this as an opportunity to do something, but also it's been a long day. The performance was a lot. The adrenaline is now kind of like, not necessarily is it falling, because there's still that adrenaline of like, oh no, Solomon's missing. I hate that I said it in such a sarcastic tone, but that's how it
Oh
came
no,
out.
Solomon Kent Joseph is missing. I think Ezra's doing that thing. You know how like dolphins sleep by like shutting only half their brain off so they keep moving so they don't drown because they're mammals?
I did not know that.
I think Ezra is trying to do that, but they're a humanoid individual, and that's not a thing that we can do. So like you look over, and Ezra's like, I'm falling asleep, and to try to combat it, I'm like, okay, if I close one eye at a time and like sleep this half of me, then I'll switch.
You're giving yourself Bell's palsy?
Yeah. You ever do that when you're driving?
Oh no. Yeah.
Trying
Definitely.
to stay up. Yep.
I think that's what Ezra is attempting to do here. Is like, I'm falling asleep, but if I only fall asleep a little bit at a time, then I'll be rested.
We
And I'll
really are
stay
sponsored
awake.
by Farmers Insurance.
Yeah, it's okay. It's all right. You're driving this, so I'm sure it's fine. Senna, what are you doing?
Senna's mind is like, just keeps going over different situations that Solomon could be in right now. He's trying to think of like ways that he can be prepared for all of those situations. So he's currently working on different concoctions of potions of healing and like cure-alls and that kind of thing. So he's going to be working on that.
All right. I love that you're just in the back of this cart and your mind is on all these things and you're basically rolling, not necessarily rolling a joint, but in that sense of like, you're just fiddling with these herbs and potion, these herbal, pieces as you're like mashing them together.
He is definitely...
Because it's not like you have, your laboratory setup, so it has to be whatever you have on your person, which has to be relatively
vials.
small. You know what I mean? Like it's not going to be a whole lot. Otherwise, it's just going to spill out everywhere.
Yeah, he's definitely going to, while doing that, It looks like it's just part of the rest of the stuff that he's putting together. But then he does roll a joint of clove, and then just starts smoking that.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, there you go. Gotta pacify those nerves.
Yeah.
I love that. Okay. Ash, then as you're driving, you keep thinking that they're gonna say something, and everyone is just being very quiet.
I fallen asleep at the wheel.
It's unclear if Azra is awake at this point.
You're going deeper and deeper into these woods, and your eyes go up to the canopy, and your mind goes to the fact that the other two members of the fold, while they are supposed to be hovering over you guys or keeping in the area, hold on. We got Senna rejoining Senna as Senna over with Senna.
Oh boy.
Oh, well, we did it. Okay. Whew.
I'm Dimitri now.
They can't see you. Like, because the only reason I know you would know this is you look up into the canopy and you can barely make out the stars now because of how the trees are overhanging. So you imagine they can see probably like through the trees the occasional glint of the cart, but their eyes are going to be kind of focused over whatever parts of the forest are ahead. And you know that from traveling, as you have already traveled through this route, it is a rather thick road. Your eyes stay locked, though, on the tracks that you kind of are following until you realize that these tracks are merging with a bunch of other tracks that were on the road.
By the way, are we on a trail?
Yeah,
Or is this like
this is
off
like
of-
no, this is like a dirt road. This is merged from their house onto the main one, into one of the main roads that leads into Oldenburg, and you're basically going out of the city.
Okay. And can you say what you said again? These tracks merge with other tracks.
These tracks are starting to like blend in. You can see that because they're very heavy. There were very deep ruts in the road, but now that you are moving along deeper along this road that you're traveling on, it's starting to kind of blend in with some of the other wagon and carriage tracks that are here. It's kind of starting to get a little difficult to keep track
Discern.
of. Yeah, you can see it occasionally now and then as the wagon kind of had apparently like veered a little off to the side, because it's just like that center right is all mush because that's where the horses trot. And then on either side, there's like the normal wagon wheel tracks, but some are deeper than others, and occasionally they get lost and kind of veer around and into each other. But it's getting a little difficult to follow. And then I need you to make a perception check.
Terrible. 9.
9.
Actually, forget my terrible. That is not for me to decide. It's a very hearty 9.
It is a very hearty 9.
Thank God the DC was 3.
I will say that you don't know at what point, but there are now 2 sets of deep ruts in this road. And
Okay.
they're very clearly like curving in and out.
Okay, I'm just gonna
Of each
stop
other.
the cart.
Okay.
Not suddenly,
Yeah,
you know.
you just kinda bring it to us.
Not to jostle. Everything's slow and methodical. And I'm going to, with the spy's murmur, to keep it, quiet. Everyone, I cannot discern which tracks we are supposed to be following. They are blending in together. Seems like a high time for a lesson.
Ezra's like, you're focusing on the road, and then you see the road starts to split in two and then come back together again.
You're like, I see 2 tracks, and I'm like, that's crazy. I see 4.
Cinna, darling,
Yes.
you're
Sorry.
pretty good about going off the beaten path. What would you suggest?
My pearls.
When was the last time that you noticed the separation of tracks?
I'll say how long
Okay.
ago it was, like 30, 60 feet, whatever it is.
Yeah.
I say we go back there. And you said there was magic that had obscured some of the tracks. Perhaps there's something reminiscent.
Oh, magical trail. All right.
And Solomon is a. Solomon is an Orphic. Perhaps his signature is nearby. Or we can catch a scent of it.
There is always something. If they can find us, we can find them. And so I'm just gonna kind of leave the cart. I kind of pulled it over to the side. I don't want our tracks to, further muddy up the situation. And I will walk back to where I started to notice that they started to blend in. And I will kind of wordlessly then point to Ezra and also Dimitri. Ezra, obviously, because this is trying to teach, this is very important because a lot of the job is just figuring out where the fuck to go. And to Dimitri, more so in a, I wouldn't say pity way, but in that, like, you've been through a lot, keep your mind busy kind of thing. Like, this is like a caring moment.
Do you say that anything to him, or you just point for him to come along?
No, but if he doesn't pay attention to me, I'll, like, snap my fingers.
What are you doing, Dimitri?
I'm walking up to him and just like shadowing.
Mind you, they haven't really said anything. The cart has stopped. They are they all kind of looked at each other, and then they got off the cart. You're not really sure what it is, what's going on, because they all use spies. Remember, you have the cuff of Babel.
Yeah, I have the other one.
So they can you
But
can
not
at
that
least.
Oh, sorry. There's a lot of ear trinkets.
I'm just wondering what's going on.
It's one of those where you're now like, you're sitting here in the middle of the forest, and it's not like this forest is unfamiliar to you because you've lived in this area most of your life, and you've only gone maybe a few miles down the road. So it still doesn't feel like you've gotten that far from home, but the idea of what is happening is the part that's scary, right? And there's no real light aside from the 4 lanterns that are hanging on on the 4 corners of this cart that kind of cast a glow out in all directions. I'm assuming that one of you guys takes one of the lanterns as you guys go down the road. Okay. You go back about 60 feet. Those who are all traveling, those of you guys, well, they'll just have all of you make a perception check. Or investigation, whichever you prefer.
Thank you. Thank you so much for
Oh,
that.
thank you.
So kind.
Oh, sweet. 17.
Hey, net 20.
Ah, nice.
I hate to do this to you. 32.
Are you serious right now?
I feel like I have to roll a 1 to balance this.
If you roll
Actually,
a 1,
actually, it's cocked, but it was almost a 1. I'm not
If-
even joking. It was between like the 5 and the 1.
If it had been a 1, I would have just had Ezra fall over asleep. Just like full on narcolepsy.
What are we?
Just
Wait, what are we rolling again? Perception.
perception or investigation, either one.
Oh, investigation. 22, please.
Nice.
Oh, pretty good. By the way, I know I scored really high. I think that's appropriate given my station. I'm not gonna help.
Yes.
And I think I notice also Senna noticing what I'm noticing, and it's gonna be one of those like see what they can figure out, like at first.
Okay, we'll start at the bottom. Dimitri.
Harsh, dude.
I'm level 1.
I know, but you rolled really good for a level 1, so you know what?
Baby.
He's a baby.
I'm just a baby.
I could pay you. Wow.
We found his passy.
Oh wow.
You are going to be looking around at the ground. You're following these tracks, and you see that they're actively looking. It's like they're looking for something. And the way that the wind is blowing through the trees kind of sets your mind to pay attention to those. Let's calm this music down a little bit. That's a little too intense. You're noticing the main tracks that you guys have been following. This deep rut of the carriage wheel, and by deep I mean it's at least like 5 or 6 inches, and about like these wagon wheels are pretty sturdy, so we're gonna say a good 4 or 5 inches across. It's not a thin tire. It's not a thin wheel. This is a very thick wagon wheel. It almost is something you would imagine that would be used in like industrial size things. Something that is meant to carry a lot of weight, but it's cut into the dirt and into the mud quite heavily. You see that this track that you guys are following is now starting to get like covered up by other things, like it's been run over already by other carts. But you see that that's what they are following, right? You notice that that's what they're following. Ezra, as you are tracking this track, you realize, or you see exactly what Ash is talking about. There does seem to be 3 sets of these tracks. They wind in and out of each other. At first, it's very easy. It would at first glance be kind of easy to just assume that they are one and that they were kind of driving, like kind of going all over the road a little bit, kind of winding back and forth. But now the way you are starting to see it, these were carts that were following each other, and they didn't follow into the same rut. So it looks like, it kind of curves in and out.
Oh, now we have to figure out which one is which. Which one had our friend on it?
Senna and Esh. You go back about that 60, 70 feet, and you can see that there is a small clearing off to the side of the wood where one of the sets of tracks joined in with the rest. It was like hardened. It was not as soft dirt, almost mud muck that the center of this road is. They had come from a little bit more of a beaten down patch, and not the on ramp, but basically where they came in from, right, had kind of disguised a little bit where those tracks had joined the rest. But you do see that there is a clearing where they very clearly had been stationed before. What were you gonna say, Senna? You had your hand up a second ago.
Does that set of tracks appear deeper than the rest of the tracks?
No.
No.
With that investigation check, no. This one looked same size and width, not as deep.
Okay.
Do you go into that little like it's like almost like a little alcove clearing into the trees? Do you kind of go and investigate around there?
Yeah, I'll wave down Ash and head that way.
I will, in the Spies Murmur, let my student know what we are doing, completely forgetting that Dimitri does not have one. No. I will. I feel like the Fold kind of like, especially for these, there is a basic kind of training of like militaristic kind of like hand movements, very basic, like move forward, stop kind of thing. So I think there's just a little bit of that, like an obvious like air of don't make any unnecessary sound. Even the lantern is probably a bit much.
I've got dark vision, so I can just.
Same.
Gonna turn the lantern off.
Yeah,
I'm a
we don't need
stupid
it.
human, and I don't have that. But
Weak.
Why are you even
Get
here?
new eyes, idiot.
Jesus.
To the alcove.
To the alcove. Okay. You go into this alcove, and we'll just use the same investigation checks as you did earlier. That way, you don't have to roll all over again.
Thank you.
Aw, damn, but I rolled a nat 20.
just you know what? New fresh pair of eyes. If you want to roll, you can. If you want to use their same roll, you're also able to do that.
I want to use my 20.
Beautiful.
That's 24.
24. Very nice. There was a campfire here. You can smell it first, that little bit of burnt wood smell, and then you can see that it was hastily like dirt was kicked on it. There's not much in the way of like embers or smoke rising. It's just that lingering smell. But you do see where there is some pile of wood that's been like dirt's been kicked up onto it, so that it is not obvious. But that is not what catches your attention most. It is a pile of bones, fur, and remnants of animal that are scattered about the forest area at the edges of this clearing. Like someone would chew or eat something and throw it.
Can I discern what kind of animal remains it is?
You see a tiny little hand. No, I'm just kidding. Just
It's the
kidding.
scariest animal of all, human children.
Yes. Make a. Ooh, I was gonna say animal handily, but that sounds terribly coarse.
It be
It
Survival.
doesn't say alive animal.
That's true.
Nature?
Nature or survival, either one of those.
Can I try to discern what kind of creature was eating it?
Sure. Make either nature or investigation.
That's the same for me.
yeah, like the
Well,
bite.
14?
14. Nice.
15.
Very nice.
14 for what it is, 15 for what ate it.
Dimitri,
Show
these
me.
these are, it's like some rabbit bone. There's some like chicken. There's some deer. There's also hog. The curious part is that It doesn't look cooked.
Oh,
Very, very raw. How fresh?
sashimi.
Sashimi. You find one of the bones, and I wouldn't say it's wet still, but it's a little on the still kind of moist side. This wasn't that long ago. Ezra, there's teeth marks in this.
Like human teeth?
No. Like kind of sharper than human teeth. This looks like it was mauled by a dog.
All right. What did we find out?
I wonder. Dimitri, did they have a dog with them when they attacked you?
They did not.
Oh no. They kidnapped someone's dog.
It's fucking animals.
The obvious logical conclusion to come to.
What do they think they're doing? All right. I guess.
Monsters, the lot of them.
DM,
Yes.
around the fire, how many butt prints are there?
Make an investigation check, I guess, if you're looking for specific butt prints.
How many cheeks graze
My-
this land?
My passive investigation, by the way, just for future reference,
Aye.
is 24.
That's your fucking passive at level
It's
9?
incredible.
Expertise, baby! And that's a
Oh.
28 for a roll.
Beautiful. That's amazing.
Thanks,
I would
bud.
say I wouldn't say
That's insane.
yeah. There's a there's a-
let me specify, by the way. Butt
Yes.
prints that were stationary. I feel like the butt prints that are like jostling around are probably captives.
oh
See what I mean?
yeah.
So like a
Looking-
total, but definitely like ones that are like more.
Just getting comfortable. Oh, I love
Me
that.
when I'm trying to escape captivity.
Yeah.
Okay. There's like four stationary. You look around, you can see where the cart was seated or not parked. What's to say parked? Where the cart was parked. The cart's butt prints are there. The four tire marks where it kind of started to sink into the earth, as it had been posted there. And then you can see amongst the foliage, scuffle would not be the word I would use for this. Just like quick action, like basically surmising whoever had been here chilling and eating or waiting for something, and then quickly got up and left.
Like something like spooked them.
Or like they were waiting for a signal, and the signal happened. I feel like it's what it might be.
Okay.
They were like, we gotta wait till the cart with all the human children that they're going to kidnap comes by. And then they heard the screams of human children and went, that's our cue.
I will communicate all these findings like as we're kind of sharing.
Dimitri, there's a difference between when a dog chews a bone. This doesn't seem to match up with that.
Nope.
You've had dogs before. They don't leave anything on bones generally. These were cleaned, but not to the point of like a dog's thoroughness. It makes I wouldn't say it's the same as what you're thinking it is, but it's in the ballpark.
Where is that?
Oh god, they were eaten by baseball players.
That is the dumbest, most proud joke I've ever heard in my life. It's in the ballpark. It must be.
They were eaten by the catcher.
That was not what I was expecting, but I should know better right now.
Never trusted that center fielder, let me tell you.
Genius.
Thank you. I'll be here all week.
I will turn to Dimitri, whose expression has darkened. Okay.
Suggest you just be on a guard, because these are no wild animal.
What else could it be?
It's something very dark and very vicious.
Hear that?
Well, I feel like something dark and wild is not good with patience. So we should probably get a move on.
Yes.
What direction did they go?
Are you saying something wicked this way, Combs?
Yes, I am.
To the
Alright.
west.
Aaron, remind me, because I didn't particularly understand the specifics of the whole cart situation.
Yeah.
So this one that went into this alcove joined up with like
The main
two
road.
others, the main
Seems like.
road,
Mhm.
but we can't discern between the like now three. But one could estimate that since they're blended in, they're all going the same direction.
Correct.
We're all just doing it in a Willy Wonka ass way.
Yeah, so if we follow the main road and just follow those, or just see if one diverges, then we'll choose from there. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Am I understanding that correctly?
Yeah.
Okay, so we'll do that. But I think given the information, we will lose stealth and go faster.
Okay. All right. You
All
walk.
gas, no brakes.
You make a quick trot back to your cart.
Yeah, I'm going to disguise myself as a noble guard.
Okay.
And let whoever wants to assume, the people behind me, why they're there. But since there was such like a presentory thing in Oldenburg,
Yeah.
this starts a new narrative that might give us just a little bit of an edge. I'm not trying to particularly fool someone for like a long breadth of time, but if someone saw us before that, especially if they have firearms, maybe they'll be just enough hesitant that we can close the gap a little bit more.
Heard. As you guys are trotting up, Dimitri, your nerves prickle a little bit as you stare off into the dark shadows of the woods as you get up to the cart. You watch out of the corner of your eye as like Esh does one of his changing outfit routines where he's just doing the same thing. He starts like unsnapping parts of the clothing, folding them back down and snapping them together again, where he's now in this whole new costume. And aside from that, now dressed to look like one of the guards, the town guard from Oldenburg. You get back into the cart. And the cart starts to move again. And there's a ball in the pit of your stomach. Your mind starts going back over again the events that you saw happen in your home whenever you were attacked. And the one man with the red vest and the red coat. You follow the tracks for another mile or so. In Ash, your spies murmur. You hear the Guardian Labros that's up in the ship above somewhere. We've lost track of you. Where you went? Did you find anything?
I will relay the information that we have in like shorthand terms.
Excellent.
Like heading north, if that's the direction
Yeah.
we're going.
Southeast, actually.
Potential candidate monster. What would I say? Like, basically, we're hurrying the fuck up.
Yeah. We've spotted a. We have an idea where you might be. We'll backtrack again. There's a spot in the road where it comes out of the forest. We'll wait for you to reach that point and then try and keep pace with you from there. Just so we don't lose you again.
All right.
You guys get back in as the cart is going. Do you guys say anything to each other, or just kind of staying focused on task?
Focus on task.
I am locked the fuck in.
Make another survival check for me.
Let's see if Ezra falls asleep.
Can I prestidigitation some like smelling salts under Ezra's nose?
Yes.
I'm not-
Does that give me any kind of help to the check?
Sure, why not? Give it an advantage.
Good.
Oh,
'cause
wow.
I rolled a 3, so
Let's see if it's any better the second time around.
11.
Hey, it works a little bit. You see Ezra starting to pass out, and you wake him up. Your eyes refocus on the road, and now that you've seen the difference in the size of the cart wheel, you start to notice that there is that difference. One of them is definitely a lot heavier, and the other two are not as heavy by like an inch of depth or so, giving you a vague idea of a difference that you can tell. You go for about another 2 miles before you come to to a clearing, and it's like this open plain for about a couple acres before it like goes right back into the woods. But before you get to the other side again, you can kind of see the grass billow down the way as the ship flies by overhead. There's no sound. It's just the gentle breeze that kind of kicks up the grass just a little bit, alerting you that you are now, have oversight, so to speak. You see that the road splits. It goes in 4 different directions.
And the carts go.
In 3 of them.
Fuck. Well, there's one
Yeah.
that's visibly heavier. Is that the one we want to be following, do you think?
I think so. Yeah, they got prisoners, ammunition.
And the car is made of metal.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. We got a heads up that there was metal and steel distinctly in the cart, so maybe some shavings,
Alright, I see.
remnants.
Ash, passive investigation usage here as you guys stopped at this 4-way intersection. The
Mhm.
carts stopped here. You're talking, and as you're talking about, oh, we're gonna follow the heaviest one. You can tell that the carts stopped here because the tracks have kind of like veered off from each other a little bit, and there's a lot of footprints in the area. The main heaviest cart from here continues southeast. And then the other two carts kind of split in other directions.
There are multiple cart tracks, and there's a lot of footprints that are like originating from nearly the same spot.
Correct.
Do we remember what shoes Solomon was wearing?
Ezra's face says it all. He was wearing shoes.
Y'all wear shoes? Ezra, who is in sandals or barefoot at all moments, y'all have shoes? I'm gonna be 100% honest with you. Absolutely not.
I'm going to, My
brother wears the same shoes as me, just different size.
Oh, okay, that's better.
Go step in the mud over there. Let's see what we're working with.
Well, unless people who stole Solomon were gnomes, we should be able to tell.
Yeah.
I will try to minor illusion from the detect thoughts situation that I got from Dimitri.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if they're organized like the Musketeers.
God, I hope.
But trying to remember like what they were wearing as shoes combined with how many of them there were, and then combine that with what Dimitri said, maybe we can figure out which kind of set might be them if they got off the cart. That's assuming that they did. And if none of that matches up, I think then we keep on the cart.
Going by what you had seen in Dimitri's vision, the men who had stormed into that house were wearing all manner of shoddy shoes. They were not like necessarily uniform. In fact, the only one that looked like he was wearing a uniform of any kind was again the man in the red. He looked a little more put together than the rest. The rest could have just been like your average everyday bandits. Like their shoes have holes, like boots were kind of messed up. But I would say that this is not necessarily the clearest of visions because it wasn't something that Dimitri was focused on, and you can only see what he saw or was focused on, right? So it's a very much a specific faces individual, and then like what's down connecting them to the ground is less focused, so it's kind of more blurred, right? Like you would see it peripherally, basically. Senna, what were you gonna say?
We know that Solomon's magic is sand-based, correct?
Oh, earth, yeah. He has a flavor of or an affinity for earth magic. He's not druid, but as close to a druid as you can get.
But one could assume that if you were to leave like a breadcrumbs trail, possibly that could be shown in the mud. Maybe. Unless, I don't know if his hands were tied
or he was conscious.
Or he was, whether he was conscious or not.
I will say, Esh, having traveled with Ezra and Solomon as long as you have, none of the boot prints or footprints here seem to match that of Solomon. These all are just like big adult boot size, and they kind of there is very much the impact point of someone having jumped off the side of the cart because it's a little deeper, like rushing around. Make an intelligence check for me. Let's see how well you surmise what you are seeing. This might help out a little bit.
12.
12. Beautiful. Okay. Yeah, this looks like, if you had to guess, the Chinese fire drill. There was like, they pulled over to the side, and then there was just like a switching out of people into one thing or the other before they drove off. But this doesn't look like kid-sized footprints that you can tell.
All right. I guess we have a choice to make. Perhaps Solomon and the other one got carried, or they stayed in the carts. What do you all think?
If he was unconscious, then yeah, it makes sense that he was carried. Whether he was moved.
I feel like it would make more sense to try to keep the prisoners in the cart, because there's less chance for
Them to escape.
tomfoolery. Yeah, even if they're unconscious, anyone can feign unconsciousness, and then the second they're removed from the cart, it's like, you know? So
And
it'd
if
be
they were
best to
kept-
keep them in one location to keep a control over the situation. So I don't think... I think it would be in their best interest to keep them in one place.
Especially if the cart's made of metal, then they perhaps had some fear that with a strong Wolfwick they could get out of something like a normal wooden cart. So, yeah, that does make sense.
If
It
there's
does
three
back up.
choices, I mean, what's stopping us if we follow the one that we think with the heavy metal? What about the overhead going one of the other ways? We are
I
in
think-
two groups.
I think that's fair. We send the overhead with the footprints. The divination said to go with the carts. And there's still cart to go. All right. This is a group decision. It was deducted well. Follow the heavy cart.
Follow
One-
the follow the heavy cart.
A heavy cart.
Follow the heavy cart. Follow the heavy
Follow the
cart.
heavy cart.
As just a double check on this, Senna is going to cast Detect Magic to see if there is some tinge of magic somewhere that's been left over. This will be from a device that can be used to check if someone has Orphic powers, but it's been modified to just find magic instead.
Nice. I love this.
Okay. So he pulls this device out. Yeah, basically like a radiation meter.
Wow, what do you call that? A Geiger counter.
He's
Okay.
he's gonna do that.
All right. You take the little device out and like turn it on, and it immediately starts to kind of like hum and zap within with a little bit of the electric currents that it has. You just kind of scan this four-way intersection, and you see that little brush of the wind kind of go down by the grasses again as the ship flies by the other direction, and you sense nothing, which is a relief and also not, as you had kind of been hoping that perhaps there'd be some sort of sign left over. But
He turns it off, puts it back together, closes it up, and puts it back in his pocket.
all right, now you must decide. Looking at the three directions, one is a heavier cart and it's going southeast. The other two, one goes back north, and the other one goes full on southwest.
Okay. We have decided southeast, but I do want to underline. if we make a wrong decision, it could be lives. Is everyone okay with that?
We need to make a decision fast. So I just want to say my brother.
I agree with this decision. With the information we have, it's the best choice that I'm willing to make.
All right.
Onward and upward.
Spies murmur to Lavros and Peter. You're going southeast. Please follow the footprints to... Actually, one went southwest, and one went north.
Mm-hmm.
We are close to south. Well, that actually kind of goes the opposite direction a little bit. I'm still comfortable sending them southwest, because something about the footprints is unnerving.
No.
But, yeah, I'll send them southwest.
And north would almost be doubling back. Almost.
Yeah, so I'll do that.
Okay. You hear the voice. Yes. Oh.
Go!
I thought you were like holding your hand up to. I was like, go ahead. Yes.
No! Let's go!
Oh, one thing I want to do just as we're going along, kind of
Yeah.
starting back up, if that's okay.
Yeah.
Senna, can you take the reins for me for a second?
Oh,
Thank you.
he is proficient in
I'm not.
stuff. I think. Oh
I
no,
was-
he's not.
I was just guessing. It'll
Yeah.
be fine.
You're fine.
It's fine.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yep.
hey, incense again. Going to do the same kind of incense trick that I did last time. Burn some in a bowl, little singing bowl. Absorb it up the palm. Incense kind of goes in tattoo form, almost in that kind of Japanese style of a tattoo up the arm. And I am going to crack some of the rabbit bones that we found, and I'm going to cast Find Familiar in this bowl, ritual
A
style.
little guy is joining the party!
I'm a wizard. I have it, ritual spells, and this feels like a good time to do it. I don't want to make a big deal because I know that can really like take over some things, but just
You're
very
fine.
quickly,
Yeah.
this is going to be like a more fey-based creature, which is going to be like a winged jackalope. So it's going to be rabbit with antlers and good enough wings, kind of thing.
good enough wings. I love that.
Functional wings.
We'll use like the owl stats, kind of thing.
Okay. Beautiful.
And that will take, I think, 11 minutes, so that'll be a bit.
All right. You.
Oh, 1 hour and 10 minutes. Fuck you, dude.
Well, that's
I
why
was like, I think
I
Find Familiar is a long ass
took
time.
the reins, so you could do that.
I'll start casting it, and if I need to be cut off, then it won't be cast. You just let me know.
Okay. Beautiful. Dimitri, you're watching Ash in the back of this cart with you as you guys have now gone through the clearing and back into the woods. You're watching as he kind of just like, he's not necessarily muttering to himself, but kind of occasionally will say a little mutter here, a little word here as he is doing this ritual. And there's something about it that seems familiar.
Dude,
There's something about it that seems familiar. Only in this feels like a rite that your mothers have shown you before. But these people know nothing of the Great Mother's magic, of the One Mother. They've never said anything about it. They looked at you with a modicum of like, that's nice, dear, whenever you said it. The bless your heart face a little bit of like,
Yeah,
oh, that's
pretty
cute. So you do not get these are believers from them, right? But curious that this person who, for all intents and purposes, is a clown,
what
is
the fuck, dude?
I forgot we started in a circus for a second, and I was like, oh, hey, yo, what the fuck?
but for all intents and purposes,
Stray.
for all intents and purposes, you've seen him in a circus. So there is this weird disconnect of you are in this situation that you're in, finding one of their members, apparently, as well as your brother. And here he is casting some sort of rite with bones. And there's like this smoke, and he's doing it in this little bowl. It's confusing. Who are these people? What? You remember something that Mother Milberg had said to you once about an organization of people who are nothing but trouble. They have done nothing but cause pain and misery to people to their family and anybody who is like you or them. So far, that's kind of been true. They came into town and all of this happened when everything had been just fine before. There's not necessarily a rising amount of anger, I would say, within you, but there's just that little bit of like seeing some caution and seeing someone's point proven. You travel into the woods, and this kind of continues, and you've been following this path. Senna, make a survival or perception check for me, whichever one you prefer.
Okay. Perception. Oh God. 9. A strong 9 for a level 5 boy.
There you go. It's all about perspective, a strong 9. You're following these tracks, and following up ahead, looking down and around the horses, the two horses, as you are like looking for these deep ruts. And now that you've kind of gone off the beaten path, so to speak, they're a little clearer to follow. There's not as much traffic in this road. This one leads deeper into the mountains.
We're heading into the mountains, just so you all know. Be cautious. That's not his voice.
That's okay. It's you talking through. That's how Dimitri hears your voice, because you were talking in your tongue, and it's like it changed the words a little bit. It's fine.
But I recognize where we're at.
I would say this is starting to get towards the edges of where you've explored, basically. Like, where you're at. You know that this road. Hold on.
Google Maps it.
Yeah, I'm double checking where this is actually headed towards.
We're going to an actual mountain.
He's pulling it up on Waze real quick.
Are there any cops near us?
I'm assuming
Where
this.
Checks.
This is okay. I say mountains. This is probably more like hill country. I guess this would be like Texas hill country kind of thing. So not necessarily like tall mountains, but it's still like hills and valleys, right? Yeah, you're probably at the edges of where you've been. You're probably at this point a good 10 miles out of town. And that's probably about we're getting to that outskirts of where you have, ventured before. You've been to some of the neighboring villages and such, but that you are south of Bremen. Like, I'm not going to go into like specific cities because we're not going to worry about that. But basically,
not yet.
Yeah, not yet.
I want latitude and longitude of our exact location right now.
I'm seeing that southern Black Forest, the mountains there are Deltaberg, Belchin, and Kandel.
but you're just outside of Oldenburg. So Black Forest is like is down by Frankfurt, right? It's past Frankfurt in that area. We're up by the North Sea, so Oldenburg is a little bit further north than that. But you are approaching a forested area. If you're looking on a map, it would be north of Hanover, Hanover. Basically, you're in that general area, south of Hamburg, if you will. Your right, Ash, is interrupted. And not because of like a bump in the road, but by a musket shot. I forget that there's like multiple bullets in that bullet impact.
God!
Jesus, how many?
There's
My flight triggered. You said one
I'll roll up
musket
a new
and fucking
character.
AK went off. What the hell was that?
We'll say it was one musket, fires off. It hits one of the lanterns on the edges of the cart and sends it like falling to the ground, and it crashes. The oil starts a little small fire there as like the horses come to a stop, and you hear the shouts of men in the woods charging at your cart. And that's where we're gonna go on break.
We have company.
What is it with people fucking shooting at me?
It's
I'm
fine.
never gonna get a familiar.
Yes, you will. Just not at this exact moment in time.
I told Aaron I could deflect missiles, and he went, "All right, it's open season."
Well, we're about to find out how open season indeed it is. Don't go anywhere, guys. We'll be right back after
These messages.
these messages.
I'll punch the life back into you if you go down.
Oh wow.
Yeah, it's fine.
Oh, I got an ad when we came back. Great.
Oh my god, same.
Was it Farmers?
No, it's
No,
for
it's
the,
Netflix.
it's for the new season of Oh no, yeah, it is Netflix. It was Stranger Things, and now
Yeah,
it's
it's Stranger
Squid Games.
Things.
Nice.
Same.
Wait,
It's
is Stranger
where we-
Things coming out this year?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Oh, finally. Oh, we get
Wednesday.
to. Oh,
I have to
Wednesday.
watch Wednesday.
Yes,
Oh.
Wednesday is good. It was a lot of fun. Looking forward to
Now
that.
it's that ad. It's that ad with the owl wearing glasses. Owls don't wear glasses.
The owl, what is that? Tootsie Pop?
No,
Yeah.
it's a America's Best Eye Care and Eyewear. It is an eye exam ad.
That is beautiful. All right. Let us do our first map cam. Let's go.
Oh my
Oh,
god.
that's cool.
How do you get a car up there?
Man.
Okay.
A what?
Nick's watching a video and there's a car like in a tree, and I was wondering how it got in there, and he goes, I don't know.
It just happened. That's fine.
Sometimes
You don't
we
question
can't-
things.
we're not in control when we drive cars.
Jesus, take the
Can't be
wheel.
helped.
I think that's literally not how that goes, but you know what? That's fine.
This blue light that is coming from like the corner of the map cam looks like there's an expressway on the other side of the trees. And cars are just like passing by.
It's because I kept
Oh my
moving the little.
God.
It's because I kept moving the
Oh,
little
okay.
light, and that's.
I see blue light and I'm just thinking, where the fuck is she?
Strawberry! No, strawberry! Okay.
There we
We're gonna say that this is the cart.
Yep.
I
Oh
don't
God, it's
have.
a mimic.
I don't have horses, so we're just gonna have to go with.
Nay. No, wait.
Yeah.
Oh, my
Nay.
initiative. Jesus, only a
I'm
plus.
gonna take this away.
That's okay.
Oh, see, now I can try and use the light to kind of help show where things are, kind of. So that'll be that. Okay. So
My combat sandwich. Let's go.
combat sandwich. Let's go.
Yay.
You know what? I'm gonna.
Damn it. Initiative.
Yes, let's roll for initiative.
18.
Beautiful.
Oh. Dirty 20.
Nice.
Because I rolled an 18.
Fuck.
18
Whoa, natural 20.
Nice.
for a
you
total
go.
5. So 25.
25. And then Ash,
10.
10. Beautiful. It's good. Let the kids go first.
I like to think that Ezra's been like sleeping in the back this whole time, and then as soon as they heard the sound of yelling men,
I heard a
Senna
gunshot,
turns.
and I thought I was back
Yeah.
at the party.
and he just rushed forward.
Beautiful.
I'm worth more than 10 silver.
12 at least.
Ezra, you are first on this initiative order. You shoot up as the gunshot ricochets off the metal of the lantern, knocking it to the ground and setting the ground ablaze temporarily.
Awesome.
Beautiful. There is now a fire. We'll say right here.
God.
And
And
then
Which model am I?
you are. This will be
Okay.
you.
Here I am. Look at me. I'm beautiful.
Yeah.
How much did that cost you? 10 silver? Last one.
Beautiful, beautiful. I would say everybody's on top of the cart because you were on the cart. So you see immediately as you pop up and you look through the shadows, there are no lights except for the lanterns here. And now there's just a small pool of fire and then the 3 that are still on your cart. But there are coming from the shadows 4. Well, you see 3 men in the immediate moment. There's one right here, coming from the shadow. There's one right here, coming from the tree line, and there's one right here, coming from around the rock.
Okay. Let's see. Well, obviously, I'm gonna smack the shit out of someone. I just need to decide who and how. Okay. So with action, I think. All right. I think my move is to smack him and punch him, as the good Lord intended.
Mm-hmm.
Cool. I'm gonna attack. I don't want to go near that fire. 5, 10, 15, 25, 30. Can I go to the one next to the rock?
Over here?
Yeah,
Yeah.
him.
What's your movement speed?
30.
Beautiful. Yeah, that's fine.
Actually, it's 40, so I could have gone around. It's fine. Yeah, I'm gonna hit him with my stick and then punch him with my fist.
Beautiful. Make your attack.
Nice.
So quarterstaff is.
He's got like a really bloody looking or rusty looking machete that he's like charging at you with, this big beefy guy.
16 to hit
That hits.
with stick. Great, love that. Okay, so then
Stick damage.
Stick damage, quarterstaff. Whoa. 10 points of quarterstaff damage.
Beautiful. Well, how do you hit him?
Yeah, no, I think I just run up and
Just like
he's running up towards me with the machete.
Yeah.
I think my immediate response is to baseball quarterstaff his arm down so it's not raised to attack me anymore.
Yeah.
And then I'm gonna punch him in the chest.
Beautiful. Ugh, he like goes like he's running around this rock. You crack him in the side of the head, and you can immediately see you've dazed him so much that he runs into the rock next to him and like bounces back, and then you're like in that moment of like him going, whoa, you poof.
And so that's my punch is gonna be a more than a 16. Someone
yeah.
would say a 25 to hit, and I would like to expend a key to use Flurry of Blows so I can punch him twice.
Okay, go for it.
So I would roll a d20 again, I believe. I haven't played a monk in so long, I don't remember how they fucking work.
They're broken.
Yeah, okay, so that was a 25, and then I rolled a 23.
Both of those will
for my two
definitely hit.
punches. Great. Let's kill this man.
Crack hits the rock, bounces off. You deck him in the face. He had 1 hit point. Any amount of damage that you do at this point is just extra fluff. So how would you like to do this? The first downing of an individual in this campaign.
Okay, quick question.
Yes.
If I do Flurry of Blows, if I kill him on the first one, can I go hit the other guy with my second one?
Sure, why not?
Because I still have enough movement speed, and it rolled really well, and I want to use that second roll. Yeah, no, I think, yeah, as I said, I quarterstaff him into the rock, and then I just grab his face with my hand, and I bash his head into the rock, and he's out.
Crumbles to the ground like something that crumples.
Like a napkin.
25, 30, 35, 40. As soon as you run around the corner, he like collapses to the ground, his face a bloody mess from having been smashed twice. Once, well, 3, yeah. First stick, then rock, then fist. He falls to the ground. You like back up and run towards the other guy that's like running towards you.
And I rolled a 12 for my second punch.
12
damage.
just hits.
Oh, no, I rolled 12 damage.
Oh, 12 damage. How are you wanting to do this as well?
My favorite student.
Yeah. I slammed that guy's head into a rock. And then before this other guy can blink and realize his friend is dead, suddenly there's a man in front of him. And I just run up with the speed of Zeus, and I throat punch him. And I I punch him in the face. I punch him in the face in that way where his nose it goes straight into his brain.
Ah!
I fucking bop.
There's like that moment where he's like running around the corner. He goes, Bob, and then you come just like the angel of death, just like straight up punch him in the
Bob
face,
can't come to the phone right now.
and he like flies backwards, like he almost does like a full cartwheel from the impact of his head to his head, just like legs over pot. What's it called? Something over tea, ass over tea kettle or something like that.
There you go.
That's the one.
Oh wow.
And
then
he
I
falls to the
gritty
ground. What in the Fortnite are you doing? You gonna emote over his body? Jesus, this is where it all started. So many hundred years ago. Oh my God. All right.
It's my turn.
You just knocked out 2 guys in your first turn.
How many
Crap.
guys are there?
Well, it sounds like there's a whole army running towards you, so it's
But
who's
I
to
can
say?
only see 4
You
on
only
the
see
map.
fall. Yeah. Beautiful. All right. It is now Dimitri's turn.
Okay, which one am I again?
You're gonna be on the cart, so you have options. We'll
okay.
say you're on this side. You see the guy that's over here, lit by the fire as he's running for you, and then there's another guy that's like coming towards from the bushes in this direction.
The one with the fire.
Okay.
I'm gonna focus in on him, remembering everything that happened at the house. Just having that same emotion, just wanting to protect Alaric. I'm gonna see glowing blue, teal energy around my palm, and try to,
Channel the energy again.
yeah, all of it until I release it.
You see him, both. Well, yeah. Senna and Esh on the cart. Dimitri stands up, does a quick Captain Morgan of putting one leg up on the edge of the of the cart, and you just see him like hold his hand. On his hand, there's like this glowing essence that comes from the front of it, and there's a ring that was on his finger that he kind of fidgets with. It flies off of his hand and places itself in front, and you see this ring that's like that start to expand and grow bigger until it becomes like the size of a circlet right in front of his hand, and it's just rotating in this quick motion, and you swear it looks like a wreath, almost like a grass wreath that just goes around, like that's in front of his hand, and as his hand seems to start glowing between it and his fingers, it concentrates energy out and then blasts outward in this beam of pure force energy. And it flies forward. I'm assuming that was Eldritch Blast.
Yes, it is, and 19.
19 definitely hits.
Which one's a D10?
The
Assuming that was Eldritch Flash. No, it was Power Word Kill.
it was a disintegrate.
So, it's just that. Okay. 4 points.
Beautiful. 4 points of energy, blasting forward, striking this man as he was like running towards you. You see him like as he comes around the corner. He too has a wicked-looking scimitar that he's like raised over his head, and you catch him right in the shoulders. He kind of like ugh, and then just like continues moving forward. But that ring of that circlet of grass that's just kind of rotating and spinning stays hovering around in front of you. It kind of becomes a little wider now. It's almost like, I don't know, about like that. But just kind of stays hovering around you.
And that's all I can do.
Beautiful. All right. Senna, it is now your turn.
Senna's going to
Have you up here?
he's going to turn to whoever is approaching him.
So this guy was just shot. You see Dimitri stand up and unleash this like arcane blast of energy, just like straight shots, shoots this guy in the shoulder, and the guy keeps running.
Let's see. Senna is going to pull his pepper box out
Yeah.
from his side. Um,
Spicy.
he's gonna cock it back and then shoot
Oh.
the guy.
Wow. Wow.
How would you like to do this? I shoot him with a gun.
With a gun.
Fire off. Go ahead and make your attack.
21.
21 definitely hits.
Okay, that's going to be a 6 points of damage.
6 points of damage. As he is running forward, we're just gonna say that this shot hits him like right in the midsection, and it like knocks the wind out of him, and he stumbles into the pool of fire, and like rolls and he like tumbles and rolls into the ground.
Oh, no.
And immediately the oil starts to stick to his body, and he is starting to go on fire.
Okay.
Oh
So
my.
he falls into it, right?
Yeah,
Okay.
he's
All right.
not dead yet, but he only has 1 hit point left, so he's looking real bad. Probably won't last another little bit. Oof.
That would be my turn. I guess I'm gonna try to hide behind or try to give myself some cover.
Okay,
behind
get down and go off to the side back here.
Yeah. Yeah, I'll do that.
Beautiful. All right, and that ends your turn.
Mhm.
It is now the bandit's turn. He is going to get up.
Not the voodoo bandit.
Yeah, he's going to get up, and as he is kind of on fire, he's starting to pat himself out. He's going to use his action to stamp out the flames, but at only 1 hit point left. Oh, it's not. Yeah, nah, he's just gonna fall. He's gonna like crawl out and like try and like pat himself out, but then the pain takes him, and he just falls over to the ground. Because that is big ouch. But don't worry, there's this other guy. He's gonna run forward. All right. He's gonna take his crossbow and he's gonna fire it at Dimitri.
I hate you.
Don't worry, I missed. That's an 8.
I hate you.
I still hate you.
It is a miss, right? I don't know what your
Yeah, it
AC
is.
is.
It
Okay,
is.
okay. The arrow goes flying past you. You hear this loud, like, this whizzing of air as it goes past your head. Nice. Now it's gonna be his.
He just hears me cussing at him in German.
Yeah.
The angriest German you've ever heard.
Yes. There's another guy running in from the other side, going this way. He too is going to. He's actually going, since he's on this side, he is going to shoot a crossbow bolt at Senna, who had just jumped off the edge. There's a 13.
That does not hit.
It strikes the cart right next to you, right like by where your head is at. And you're like, ah. There is another guy that's coming up from the back this way, and is going to just continue moving forward. He's gonna try to get up into the cart, where Esh is still at. He's gonna come up over the edge. And that's gonna be his movement. You see him raise this another scimitar as he comes up over at you, Esh. That is a 14.
That misses as you see tattooed snake scales on his arm glow and kind of ripple up. Kind of a secondary skin takes the blow.
Awesome. Beautiful. This guy gets to here. And let's see, does he? Okay. Beautiful. Oh. Galil. Oh, I mean,
No, ma'am.
Dimitri. Sorry. Dimitri.
It
I'm
happened.
like, he's not
It's
here.
the counter.
Wrong
He
name.
said it 0
Wait.
days. He said the wrong one.
You said Khalil, so I'm gonna pull up. I'm gonna use his shit.
Is that blow?
Yeah, what's Khalil's armor class and hit points?
Oh my god. Ridiculous is all I can say. You finish blasting at this guy as he fell, you just watched him fall into the fire, try and roll out of it, and then expire on the ground. This other guy fires a bolt past you, and as you dodge it, you look down around you, and you feel the shadows on the wagon are beginning to coil around your legs, like tendrils or hands of shadow that look like they're just grasping at your ankles. You have currently disadvantage on dexterity checks.
Okay.
Yeah. You make an Arcana check for me before I continue with this. And then Esh, you're up next.
21.
21.
21.
You recognize a hex when you see one. Someone has placed a hex on you. That ends. That's the end of that. Esh, it is now your turn.
Okay, a couple questions.
Aye.
Sorry, I interrupted. What were you gonna say?
Nope. I was gonna say you just have this guy that's directly in front of you. That was it.
Okay. You said that there sounds like there could be an army coming at us.
Well, there's just a lot of yelling.
Got it, but not like
literally
Rohirrim over the hill.
Yeah. No, there's not literally an army coming. There's just the sound of
things.
there's just the sound of a lot of men shouting in the woods.
Okay. Second question: is there any of these guys? Since I'm kind of up in the cart, any of these guys look, we'll say, different or more in charge than the others?
Not currently.
No? Not currently. Interesting. Okay, so since I know Dimitri is a tiny little baby, I want to help.
We know Dimitri's very squishy.
I think Dimitri is on the kind of southern end there, and there are two bad guys. Are any of them kind of locked in, like their purpose is to close the gap between them and Dimitri specifically? I know he's right in front of the cart, so that's probably a misnomer question.
Yeah, well, because both Dimitri and you are still on the cart technically.
Oh,
I just didn't have room for all four of you to be on top of the little thing.
Got it. Well, there's a guy in the cart, so
there is a guy that now just climbed to the back. Yes, and he's the one that just attacked you.
Great. What I'm going to do is for my action, I am going to have this very exasperated sigh as this scimitar, I think you said, clatters off of the barrier tattoo that I have. And I was using my wand to breathe out this incense smoke, and kind of like that opening scene in Hercules where they're making Pegasus out of the clouds. He's wrapping smoke like a thread around the wand, and is almost carving through clouds, this familiar. And then that happens, and it's just and so he turns that bowl upside down and hits his own leg with the wand. And as he like pulls up the pants leg, there are all of these kind of whimsical versions of the various circus folk tattooed. And one pops off just completely, just like almost like cartoon, like through the screen, like, you know, just a silly little thing from the leg, and does like a little snicker and very good, and climbs into the boards of the cart, like it's just like kind of nestling down, and around it does this like it's a dolphin, but in the cart,
Yeah.
and it's as it pops up on the opposite side of the guy, I have cast Summon Fae.
Yeah.
And so I'm using this older, silly version that is
Toontown version of older.
truly a Toontown version. That's what I think of, like the whole Yu-Gi-Oh thing. And it pops up, and it kind of looks like Alder. His wrinkles are much more emphasized. His legs are made of these twisting vines and are fruiting and flowering. And it's just this kind of like plant thing. He is technically a fuming fae, and that kind of like moving around is his teleport, his little misty step. And so since he's a fuming fae, and that he used his bonus action to teleport, he gets advantage to attack, or a Fey step is it's called. So he uses a Fey blade attack
Nice.
against this guy. Bonus equals your spell attack modifier, which is wonderful. All right. Okay, that's a 23 to hit.
23 definitely hits.
Okay, it's just one attack, even though it's because
Yeah.
half the spell's level rounded down is third level, round down 1. So 2d6 plus 6. So that's 13 force damage.
Oof. How would you like to do this?
This fucking crazy creature. Like, I want this Fae to be like old school, funny enough, Germanic kind of like Fae of like, they are scary. This is like, imagine Alder crossed with like a Skull Kid from like Legend of Zelda. And like, he just kind of takes off this mask, and it's just this like, you know, just crazy, Toontown kind of version. And he just like does big swipe with this sickle that like a gardener would use. And he just kind of climbs into this guy's rib cage and just like splits it apart. And
Oh.
Oh my god.
and then the flowers like a candelabra, like just flower instead of and this little Fey creature just like sits in it, just like, and looks over my shoulder to like the other ones and like closes the mask back. That is my action. Since I cast it with the wand, I can teleport 15 feet.
Okay.
Is that enough to get behind one of the closer ones? Preferably on the fire side.
You can get in front of the one on the front there.
Oh, great. We'll do that. I'm just going to... basically, the tattoos go before the body, right?
Ooh.
So he like kind of steps into the ink itself. And so that is part of the casting of the spell. Bonus action as an illusion wizard, I can cast Minor Illusion as a bonus action. And with that, I can do a visual and a sound. So I'm going to be looking down and look straight up at this guy and use that kind of 5-foot cube on my face to be truly the most like frightening thing like taking
Evil.
inspiration from this like
evil
pain-
clown.
Yeah, like essentially like a B movie idea of like a clown werewolf kind of thing.
Oh yeah, okay.
That it just like explodes and is just terrifying with the fire behind him
Yeah.
to scare him. Not necessarily looking to intimidate, but one of those like, you have bit off so much more than you can chew.
Beautiful. I love it. It's awful and it's great, all at the same time. All right, there's the guy there. He is now about to pee his pants. This guy, he was it the pea goblin returns.
Piss goblins!
Oh
My
my
boy
god.
Jarvis.
Okay, this guy has 30 feet, so 1, 2,
Oh, there's
5,
more.
10, 15, 20, 25, 30. He's coming out here. We'll pull this back a little bit. So this guy is, let's see. Actually, okay. You apparate here in front of this bandit as he's like running around the corner of the trees. Behind him, you see another individual in a red, like trench coat, come around the corner.
Red coat guy.
In one hand, he's got a crossbow, and in the other hand, he's got a longsword. And you see him like, well, you see the trench coat, and it reminds you of this guy, but it is not that guy. But it is the same kind of coat. As he comes around the corner, this guy also has like, he's got one of those like his hair goes long on one side, and it's like, you can't tell if it's shaved on this side or if there's just this massive scar along the side of his head that is keeping his hair from growing on the side of it. And he points the crossbow like sideways at you, but it's not because
He was so cool for a second.
but it's not because he is pointing the crossbow. You see, he is pointing his fingers at you, and you feel your blood begin to sizzle.
Disintegrate.
That's fair.
And then, as it begins to sizzle, he then rights the crossbow and fires it. That is going to be a unnatural 20 to hit.
Oh.
I'd like to use a luck point to impose disadvantage on that roll.
Sure.
Yeah, when a creature rolls a d20 for an attack roll. Oh, it's against
it's-
me.
yeah.
Never mind.
Yeah, and it was an unnatural 20, not a natural 20.
Yeah, but I still wanted to try to use it.
I would like to use a reaction to cast Shield, which will
Beautiful.
bring my AC up to 21.
Beautiful.
Oh, let's go.
The crossbow bolt fires, and you can see it flying towards you in that split hair of a second. What does your shield look like as you? Is that erupts?
On my chest is a layered version of a rabbit, a stag, and a snake, and the snake fully spectralizes, I guess.
Yeah.
From my chest out to this crossbow bolt and just swallows it.
Ooh,
Nice.
nice.
Cool.
Well, good thing because there's a second crossbow bolt that comes from it.
Great. Shield still up.
That one
The
is
second crossbow bolt has hit the wizard.
that's 16. It's not gonna hit.
Same thing.
It
just
goes
like
beautiful. Okay. That's gonna end that guy's turn.
terrifying clown man.
Terrifying clown man. Indeed. Ezra, from your side, you hear from the darkness a young man, probably mid-20s, in a blood red trench coat comes out of the woods in front of you. Also with a long sword in hand and crossbow at his side. and he's gonna
Fight
run out.
me!
He's gonna run out towards you. And as you see him, he kind of like points his blade at you. And as he points the blade at you, you feel your blood start to burn. He is going to swing his sword at you, and as you see him swing his sword, the blade's gonna cross his arm. Just by like, it's kind of like this weird like gesture that he goes like that, and you swear you see him cut himself. But that's crazy. He swings swings his sword at you. That is going to be in quick succession. There's 2 strikes. One is going to be a 18 to hit, and the second one is going to be a 13.
The 13 misses, but the 18's gonna hit.
Okay. As that blade strikes, that is going to be oh my goodness, that is not that amazing. 5 points of bludgeoning of slashing damage, and then there is going to be 1 point of fire damage. As when it strikes you, his blade alights with fire, and you've
What kind of damage?
Fire.
The blade. Was it all fire damage?
No, the first one, the slashing, was 5 points of slashing damage, 1 point of fire damage.
Can I deflect the attack?
I don't know, can you?
Yeah, when an attack roll hits you and its damage includes bludgeoning, piercing, or slashing, you can take a reaction to reduce the attack's total damage 1d10 plus your dex modifier and monk level.
Okay.
Yeah, and if I can reduce it to 0, I can choose to spend a focus point to redirect the force. Yeah, I want to try to do that.
All right, go for it. So that was, what was that, 5? I mean, I think that you'll be fine because that's
plus
5.
My level.
If it's 5, it's only 5 points of slashing damage. The other was the 1 point of fire damage,
I will take that.
which increases to 3 because of the curse that you now have in your blood.
Okay, so I have to take the fire damage, but I reduce the. I rolled an 8 plus a lot. Plus my dex, plus 5, plus 5. Yeah, I rolled 18 for that damage, so it doesn't exist anymore.
Yeah,
but I'm not going to spend the key point to redirect it. I'll just null it.
Beautiful. All right. You see as the fire burns across his blade, now this blade is literally on flames, like it's been dipped in oil. You feel the burning sensation from that hot blade, and you kind of and you redirect it in such a way that it doesn't, I guess, hurt you, that blade, but it still sears in the sense of like hot metal, and then you feel a pain from inside as if your blood itself is boiling.
Great.
Ezra, incidentally, it is now your turn.
Great, I'm gonna kill this man. Humanely, I'm gonna kill him.
Yes, of course. Dimitri, you're up next.
I'm gonna quarterstaff him.
Quarterstaff away. Quartersmack him.
Oh, 25.
25 definitely hits.
To hit. Okay, let's see what I can do with my quarterstaff here. Oh, that's max damage. Okay. 13 points of quarterstaff damage.
Nice.
Is he still standing?
Oh yes. You see him take the hit, and he kind of just like, it goes across his face. There's a little bit of blood that comes out, and he looks over at you slowly and smiles with blood staining his teeth.
I could just punch him again.
Do what you're gonna do.
Yeah, I'm gonna punch him again.
Beautiful.
Well, not again. I'm gonna punch him for the first time.
Okay.
That's a 21 to hit.
The 21 hits.
Awesome. That's another D8. Give me another 8. Come on, baby. Oh my god! It's another 13 points of damage.
Beautiful. Punch him again. Very, very hard. He
I just
takes
rolled 2 8s. My next
he's-
turn is gonna suck, guys.
he takes both of these hits and doesn't seem to have lost any of the momentum.
Yeah, Ezra's like, I
It's like,
fucking
whack,
whack him,
whack.
and then like I punch him in the face. I try to do the same thing I did the first time, where like I smack his hand away and then I punch him in the nose really hard, and he doesn't flinch. And Ezra's like, "Huh, I'm in danger." Uh-oh.
Sure, it's
All
fine.
right, lesson learned. Maybe next time I will do hand of harm. That's my turn.
All right, Dimitri, it is now your turn.
I'm gonna look around and see Ezra fighting that one, and I'm gonna shoot him with the Eldritch Blast as well.
All right. Ooh,
The fucking
that-
nat 20!
yeah.
Oh, it's blurry. That's why. The
I
That's
believe
okay.
you.
filter.
Yeah, we got it. We saw it for a second.
For a split second.
For a split second, it was there. Beautiful. You turn your attention, that like spinning, it's almost like a spinning kaleidoscope of grass and energy that just like shifts over like an eye almost that moves in front of you to where you're pointing. You coalesce that energy again and fire off.
So I rolled a 9.
Nice. So then you
What, that's 18? The double damage? Or Yeah, 18 then.
beautiful. Okay. Oh no, 18. T damage. Beautiful. That you see that makes him stumble backwards. He takes like a step back. Like you saw him just take these 2 punches, or like a crack and a punch, and it doesn't seem to phase him too much, but then this energy like sends him like taking a step back, and he like clutches at the wound where it burned into his body, like pulsed into him, and he like looks up and he like narrows his eyes at you. All right.
All I can do. Now.
At this moment in time, that is everything I can do. Senna, you are here. And you just saw this guy come up, take a beating from Ezra, and then, by all intents and purposes, this blast of force energy from Dimitri that strikes this guy right here. And he's still standing.
Senna is going to run over to the one who just got shot by the force thing. He twists something in his wrist under his shirt, and this metallic thing rises up on his fingers and like his hand, and he shocking grasps the guy.
Nice.
So he's going to attempt to attack him. It's a 15 to hit.
It misses. You see him you go to attack, and he brings up his blade, and your hand wraps around the blade, and you're like, ha, metal. And then it's like, you can see the blade that's on fire, like spark as like electricity comes from it, and the guy just grins as he's holding it from like the leather haft, and it's just like,
Okay. That's my turn.
I don't like this guy.
We are almost out of bandits. Wow, we only have the 2 left. This bandit is going, this little bandit came home. What, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. He's going to use his scimitar on Ezra. That's going to be a 5 to hit. It misses as Ezra dodges.
No.
Oh no.
Ezra's so locked in on this other guy. Someone swings and he just kind of like
Get
whacks it away.
Get away.
Fuck you doing over here?
But yeah,
There's one that's directly in front of Esh. He's going to try and attack with his scimitar, and that is an 18. So that also misses as it strikes your shield.
Shield.
Beautiful. All right. This man comes out of the woods. And we're going to back up here. Now you can see him. This man that comes out of the woods behind this guy is the one from the visions. Dimitri, as you turn as you're like looking around, you see this other man approaching from this side, and you remember the guy that had assaulted you. And you remember you had seen him also earlier in the day as he rode in on one of those large, heavy carts into town. That's where you had seen him before. He had spit in your general direction as he went past. And he has this
in on him.
Yeah, he has this like smirk to his face. All right. Beautiful. He is going to look over at everything that's happening. And I need Esh to make a strength saving throw, please.
Oh, thank God he hit the high level one.
3.
Your blood freezes in your body.
Mhm.
You cannot move. Literally no movement. You try and like take a step and you feel your body frozen in place. And you have this vision of a moment in Dimitri's vision where suddenly he seemed so still, like he couldn't move, and you couldn't figure out why when all the chaos was happening around him, that he just stood frozen in place before this man that you saw came up and stabbed him. And you see this blood red trench coat and the blood red vest. This man draws his sword, and it's just like those really exaggeratedly long, like shing, as he pulls out this great sword. But he's already used his movement, so he can't get any closer to you. But he's coming. He's coming.
I had expected to be like, he's gonna use his legendary actions to move 300
Episode 3.
Yeah, he'll burn a legendary resistance for that. And we're like, huh?
What?
In our party? What do you mean?
Mind
That
you,
legendary away.
currently your speed is reduced to 0 and you're unable to take reactions. It doesn't say that you can't do anything else. That's the only things that you cannot do. No reactions, and your speed is reduced to 0, as you have a curse of binding on you. And then you can repeat the saving throw at the end of each of your turns. It is now your turn. I love that the music amped up for this. I'm very...
Jeez.
There's a lot I want to do.
Okay, y'all. High level spells.
I was like, please,
Yeah.
please help. Please help.
I'm gonna try to weave mechanics and flavor in this
Okay.
appropriately. Most importantly, I think order of operations is kind of paramount here.
Mhm.
First of all, how far is Toon Alder from the guy right in front of me?
Toon Alder. Where's my super suit?
little Faye?
Put it away.
He is currently 60 feet.
60 feet?
Yep.
The guy right in front of me? Oh, I thought. I
Oh,
had,
the guy
like-
right in front of you, right here.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Oh, I thought you meant the other
no,
guy that
no,
just
no.
went up here.
He-
Okay,
I know
no, no,
he's
no.
too far.
He is currently, I would say, at the 40-foot range.
40 foot. Oh, okay, that's fine. I am going to Fey step him, so that's 30 feet. Use the rest, 5 feet of movement, from him to attack that guy. So he dips like into the cracks of the boards of the carts, and if anybody was looking under the cart, you just see a quick whoop, like into the ground, and you just see like a line of flowers blooming and then wilting really quickly, almost like this very like druidic mole
Yeah.
goes up and just like explodes from the ground and chomps at this guy's leg, just with this very exaggerated like bear trap mouth.
Oh my god.
And since it teleported first, that's a 21 to hit.
That does hit.
Oh, great.
He's like,
roll.
that doesn't hit.
almost
They all
perfect.
leveled up now that the other guy is on the.
Oh, wow.
So that's 17 damage.
17. Oh, he is toast. He's a wee mortal guy, just barely above the average strength.
Yeah, just making sure that did that math correctly. Okay, so there's that. I am going to, since we're sharing initiative, that's allowed to go on.
Mm-hmm.
So that guy in front of me is gone. I am going to use my bonus action as a descendant of cloud giants to cloud jaunt, which is like a misty step,
Mm-hmm.
over to the side. So to like, as I'm viewing it here, to the right. So I'm kind of behind the cart.
Over
Not
here.
totally behind the cart, but just like
Over this corner.
no, Joe. Just like, so I'm like in between our the new red coat guy and my group. Almost like bisecting it.
Somewhere in this side.
Yeah, that's good.
Like here.
Yep. And since that guy has died right in front of me, via the Fae, I get rid of him.
Yeah.
I am going to use my action because he has his own
Right.
Fae guy. That was my bonus action. As my action, I am going to hold on to like right above my left bicep and twist this kind of magical cuff that is tattooed. And it's like 3 cuffs in one, and they all just kind of like almost independent of that movement align, and these ancient runes glow. And you will see on that same arm there is a goat face, or a stag face, excuse me, on the hand, and the eye opens with yet another rune that is glowing. And I'm going to cast Catapult on the fire, because there is oil, which is an object that is on fire, that I would like to then catapult onto the guy in front of the red coat guy. Or
one
maybe
here.
he's another red coat guy.
This is red coat guy. This is like red coat and red vest.
Red coat prime. Yeah.
Red coat prime.
Yeah, so that red coat guy. And I
Red
will,
coat prime.
mutter in giant, time to teach a lesson. And I will cast Catapult on the fire. Now, mechanically, when something that you catapult does 3d8 damage to something that it hits, could we just like, I guess, make that like fire damage? I feel like that's
Sure.
maybe
It's
fair. So that guy needs to make a dexterity saving throw.
Beautiful.
And I'm gonna like do something a little strange if that doesn't work, and ask for your cleverness.
Dexterity saving throw. That is going to be a total of 15.
He fails. So, essentially, I'm throwing fire on this guy.
Right.
It matches your jacket. And so, I guess 3d8 damage. That is 20.
20 points of damage. Beautiful. This, you basically, we're gonna flavor this in the sense of like almost like a telekinetic hand. You scoop up dirt that is covered in oil, rocks, bramble, everything that is on fire, and that is just like chunk it with your mind as it like flies across and sprays him. It is very much like this shotgun effect of energy and fire that just cascades around him, and he begins to kind of burn. He does not have the reaction that you're expecting as he allows himself to be on fire. He just kind of like shakes it off a little bit and cracks his neck, and then looks over at you with repurposed focus.
I will put my wand down and almost like put my leg kind of like crossed behind the other one in that kind of like wizarding parry stance, just bring it.
Yep. Beautiful.
Now, what is the save I need to make?
It is a strength saving throw.
Please be good. That's 1.
You're still frozen. Your blood prevents you from moving. It took all of your mind to be able to just shunt yourself this far. The replacement of your atoms, as it were.
Yeah,
and
like
then
my nose is just bleeding.
Yeah, it's just like, just this required no physical motion. So you still, even though technically you can still move, like your blood is just, it's like solid. It's not frozen, it's just not moving. And thus your body is unable to make any of these motions that you are trying to make. That ends your turn?
Yeah, that's it.
It is now the initiate's turn. He is.
This is probably where I die, if I'm honest. Like, not a lot of HP. I can't do reactions.
Oh, I was on the wrong character. Okay, this guy's gonna run up to.
Don't worry, I can get you back up.
He's gonna run up to your tune that's there.
Oh, great.
He's gonna make 2 quick melee attacks. That is going to be a 19 to hit.
Yeah.
And the other one is comically a 7.
No.
All right, the one that hits is going to be.
It is a lesser version, so it might go down.
9 points of slashing plus 2 points of fire damage as he uses the fire that's on his body right now, and he kind of just like slicks the blade before he's like does the quick slash, and on that second slash it ducks out of the way.
Still up. Eats the fire and burps.
Beautiful. We are going to move over to where Ezra is currently at.
Ah!
Yep. You are gonna have two longsword attacks on you.
Close to this camera can I get while I look at what I can do to not die here?
That is going to be 22 points. Oh no, sorry, not 22 points. 22 to hit.
Oh, it hits.
For the first one.
Don't scare me like that.
For the first one, it's 22 to hit. For the second one, it's going to be 23 to hit.
Yeah, those hit.
Beautiful. Okay, so then we'll combine these damages. So that is going to be 15 points of slashing damage, combined.
Okay. I can reduce that with my deflect attack.
7 points of fire damage.
Yeah, that I'm just gonna eat.
And 3 points 3 pints of boiling blood.
Oh wow.
Awesome. So I can't do anything about the fire and the blood, but I can try to. I would like to try to deflect/redirect the 15 points of slashing damage.
Sure.
Okay, let's see. Let's see. I need to just roll above a 5 to be able to redirect it. I didn't roll above a 5, but I do reduce it by 13. So I only take 2 points of slashing damage.
Beautiful.
That's saving your life right there.
I'm still above half because of that. So
Okay, good.
let's go.
This blade, like he does. His blade goes across once, and he does like this really fancy spin around, brings the blade above his head, where you're kind of like you almost duck back so that it doesn't slice through the top of your cranium. And as he brings the blade around, it's in such a quick succession of slicing circles that you get caught with that second one as well, but you're barely able to kind of like judo, like push it down in a way so it's not going to be a complete like skewering through your midsection. It still slices, but it doesn't do nearly as much. But that extra movement, you can feel the pain. Like it's like when you have you ever this is awful. Have you ever coughed so hard that your bones hurt?
No.
Okay,
The
well,
head.
your
Are
head.
you a fucking skeleton?
Okay, well maybe that was just me.
Skeleton.
But it's like when your entire skeletal frame is just like in pain all at once. It's
Got it.
awful. Awful.
When you
Has your
cough
sternum
so
ever
hard,
popped?
you become a skeleton.
Oofed.
Your sternum popping into
Yeah, that is pretty bad. All right. Top of the initiative. Ezra, it's now your turn. What are you doing back to this guy?
Yeah, I beat the shit out of him again.
Sure.
All right, we're gonna try something new this time. Well, not super new. So quarterstaff first. So we'll see
Okay.
how that goes.
You spin it around.
That doesn't hit for sure. That's only 10 to hit.
That does miss.
Yeah, I didn't roll a nat 1 though, guys.
You like
then
it
I'd like
cracks
to-
down and he parries it.
All right, I'm gonna do an unarmed strike then.
All right.
That is a dirty 20 to hit,
Okay.
and I'd like to spend a key point to do a hand of harm.
Beautiful.
I'd like to end this man's career. Okay, once per turn. We
As-
hit a critical
as
unarmed
is-
strike.
As is your not your right, but as your
As is your will.
as is what you do. That is what you do.
It's gonna be 2d8 plus 5. I need a second d8. The bag. Give me the bag. Oh, that's a thematic die to choose. Okay. Oh! But 20 points of damage, but specifically it is.
Slapping damage?
Say again?
Specifically, it is slapping damage.
Yep. So that is 12 points of punch damage,
Mm-hmm.
and then 8 points of necrotic damage.
How does this look like as you end this man's life? As you end his
great.
career, this initiate.
I'd like to first say thematically that the die that ended this man's career was Eridana's die from Frost Maiden, so
Beautiful.
I'd like to thank the dice gods. Yeah, I think after getting a bit of the shit kicked out of me for the first time in a while, I think Ezra, like he swings his quarterstaff and it just gets immediately parried, and whoever's closest, which I think is just Dimitri, right? Is the only one near me. That's a friend.
It's Dimitri is on the wagon. It's Senna that is next to you.
Senna. Okay, well this is what you'll see. In a sort of like rage seems to overcome Ezra. As you can see, again, he wears a pretty thick like coat that you can't really see, but you can see like from where his wrist is exposed. You watch these sort of what look like the tops of tattoos sort of seem to like tendril out into his fist, turning his fist like a gross like black color. And as he punches this guy square in the chest, the darkness off of Ezra's skin sort of seeps off of his hand into this man, and you just watch as it like travels up, and his eyes glaze over white, and he just collapses.
Dude. Dear God.
Ezra's just like, get fucked! Ezra, breathing heavily, get fucked, turns, looks at whoever the closest next enemy and goes,
There's a bandit literally right behind you.
do you want some? That's all Ezra can do on his turn.
That
Very
is
good. That was good.
Is that
Good
you? Is that you as Hunter, or is that you as Ash?
Ash.
Being good.
It's
Good
just
job.
like-
Good job.
I'm frozen, you bitch.
Dimitri, you just watched Ezra end this man's career as a whatever they were. You see the black, like, is he like gets throat punched, and that black fist kind of like that blackness goes into his body and just like completely engulfs his head, and like like it just goes everywhere. It's awful. And then his eyes go white. He falls to the ground. His mouth is foaming. And there's like this wild.
Comment, I'm not gonna take this man's sword.
There's this like rage that you can see in Ezra's young looking face. Like, oh shit, these people are crazy.
They're batshit crazy.
All right, it is your turn. What are you doing?
I'm gonna actually do something crazy. I'm gonna start running straight in front of Ash.
Okay.
30 feet of movement.
You're gonna jump down. Run in
And
front.
then I am gonna angle this, seem to initiate over there.
Over here.
Yeah. I'm
Okay.
gonna focus an Eldritch Blast at the base of the tree, the long pointed one, to see if I can make it land on him.
Environmental damage.
You know what? Why the fuck not? Okay, make your attack roll.
It's going down.
It's going down. 16.
I'm yelling timber.
16. That definitely hits.
7 points of damage.
You know what? This is
you know.
why not? This is an old tree. There's this concentrated energy. You almost, as you're like coming up with these, like, what am I doing? What am I doing? What am I doing? You're jumping off, going around the horses, standing in front of Ash. You're like seeing these two people come towards you. You almost swear you hear a woman's voice in your head. The tree, the tree, the tree, the tree, the tree, the tree. And you don't even really realize what you're doing. You just move your hand from in front to the side, and that spinning circle of grass and energy that's been focusing around you, like this moving pupil of an eye, like focuses in the direction where your hand moves and concentrates this beam of pure blue energy. And it goes right past the initiate, who kind of takes a step back and just like, ha, you missed. And then it cracks the tree, and there's this loud like, as you can see the blue energy course its way up the sides of the tree for like about like almost 10 feet up before it like dissipates, and it just shatters from that point down, just like, and the whole tree starts to collapse forward, bringing with it the other trees as it just falls forward like that. This guy is going to make a dexterity saving throw to see how if he can
Avoid
fucking
it.
get out of the way.
God, I hope he gets fucking annihilated by this tree.
He rolled a 1.
Let's go,
Ah.
gamer.
You missed.
You missed. How much? Let's see. Oh, what a tree falling. Where's
It's a- Hey,
Pythagoras?
Aaron,
Tree
let me-
falls
let me-
in the wood and it lands on an enemy. How many points of damage does that take?
What were you gonna say,
Aaron.
Hunter?
Yeah, I'm gonna ask you a question.
Yeah.
If a tree fell on you, how would you feel?
Okay.
How many points of damage do you think you would take if a whole ass tree?
While
fell
you're
on
doing that, Aaron,
Mhm.
bonus action wise, all I'm thinking of is to protect.
Yeah.
And all you see is the blue energy.
Hold
Tree
on.
fell in Aaron's internet cable.
Alright.
Wouldn't that
let's
be
see.
funny if that actually happened right outside at that very moment?
That would be really
That's-
wild.
At that point, that's an act of God.
Oh my goodness. Okay. The ice like starts to like move across your body as it just kind of like you hear the like crackling blue that protects and envelops you. The tree falls and it crushes the guy. He's not dead. You can still hear him like curse and cry out, but he was badly hurt.
Is that fire catching? Because I threw fire at that guy.
He is currently on fire. Yes.
I mean, like, is the tree going up in flames?
But is
Oh,
the
I
tree
mean, maybe on the next
Like-
round it could start burning.
I don't want to cause a forest fire. That's all I'm asking. It's just,
Right, of course.
but I will.
I will if I need to.
I will.
Mother Nature,
Beautiful.
when she looks at California as a state.
Dimitri.
Don't want to start a fire, but I will.
Dimitri, is that the end of your turn?
Yep.
Ash. Senna, it is your turn.
Okay.
Go, son.
All right. Senna.
Just watch this guy get throat punched with a dark evil.
Okay. I'm gonna look around to see who is hurting, and I feel like Ash is in that
Oh.
range.
I'm just frozen.
No. Oh, you're just frozen?
Yeah, he
that's
hasn't
fine.
got to him yet.
How about the other two?
I'm at 25 out of 40 at the moment, but I did kill the guy that was hitting me the most, so.
Okay.
My face spirit got hurt. So.
And Dimitri? Oh,
Yeah.
does he
Protection.
look? He's looking
Nah, I'm fresh.
okay.
Yeah,
all
for
right.
his whole mortal 10 hit points.
Along with
Yeah,
my new
If
5
he got hit,
temporary
we
hit
would
points.
know, because he'd be asleep.
And then the two.
So currently there's a bandit that is like face to face right now with Ezra.
Ezra. Yeah.
There is a giant tree that is in the process of
That-
falling over right now. And there looks like there's two other guys that are over here, but you've kind of been focused on the one that came out of the woods, so your attention is now being turned over in this direction.
Okay. Where's the one that's in the woods currently?
He's under the tree right here, and then there's
He's over
one
there.
other guy that's on the other side of the tree. But like with everything that just happening, like you're refocusing over here, so there's not a lot that you can see because all of a sudden tree has fallen
Right. Yeah.
over
Okay.
there.
Then I'll attack the one that is fighting with Ezra.
Okay.
We'll try another shocking grasp.
All right, moving over and around.
Come on. Nat 20.
Oh,
Yeah.
Yay. Okay, 28. And then I reach out to them shocking their back. That'll be 10 points of lightning damage.
Doubled.
Doubled.
Because natural 20.
Nice. Oh yeah. I'm sorry.
So how would you like to fricassee this guy? Because he's a mortal bandit, so.
It's I guess I'll grab his head and just like fry it.
Beautiful. Just like you can, Ezra's like turned to this guy, is like, you want some of this? And then you just come around the corner, grab the guy's head, and just like
I'll do it with one hand and then let that be like
the charge downwards. It's like
the charge down.
Nice.
And then just bring him down as he just continue to go down to the floor.
Beautiful. All right. Are you doing or saying anything else, or is that it?
Let's continue running over towards the tree area.
15,
yeah.
20, 25, 30. You're at 30 feet or 40?
30 feet.
All right, so that puts you right next to Ash.
It's like wrong character, Aaron.
Yeah, I know. I was like, what was the fucking speed when you dash? It was like 150 feet or some stupid shit.
Yeah, now it's 155, 160.
That's
fucking
insane.
fucking monks.
130.
Crazy.
Sorry, 130.
Sheesh. Okay.
Someday I will be fast.
Someday that
You will be
me.
that fast. Yes.
Right
That
now
will
it's
be
only 80 when I
ninja.
dash.
80 is still insane.
80 is great.
All right. It is now Redcoat Prime.
Thank you for adopting the name.
You're welcome. Does he have? This is gonna be difficult terrain. So, what is his? Oh man, he's not gonna be able to go all the way through that. Fuck that noise. 15, 20, 25, 30. He starts to make his way around the tree. He's gonna take out his crossbow, and he is going to. Ooh. Crossbow bolt to Ash.
Yep.
And you are.
You have advantage, I would assume.
You have yeah.
But you don't crit. It's just I'm just grappled or restrained.
Yeah.
Right?
That is right. Right.
You'll find out.
That is 20 unnatural 20 to hit.
Yeah. It hits because I don't have reactions.
Oh, that's disappointing. 3 points of piercing damage. I guess I hit your pinky toe, or for crying out loud, or something. I feel like that would have really hurt, but that's.
I will muster out a smile as my eye bleeds.
He's gonna fire again. That is worse. 13 to hit. Somehow
that does not hit.
Somehow it misses. Oh wait, it was advantage. Whew. Maybe. Hey, 22.
That does hit.
Hey, and I rolled a 4, so that's 5 points of piercing damage. Sheesh. This guy's terrible.
Okay, concentration kept.
As he comes around the corner, he's gonna see Dimitri, and he's just gonna. His eyebrows are gonna scrunch together. He's like, "Aren't you supposed to be dead?"
Ooh.
And that is now Ash's turn. Speed is 0, no reactions. What are you doing?
As an action, my chest glows. Not of the snake, but of the stag, where this tattoo is the most intricate, where the antlers wrap around the neck and like a crown end on the sides of the shaved head. right around the temples. So just huge points of antlers, almost like an infinite amount of points. Hard to discern the specificity of it, but it is intricate. And I will close my eyes that are now bleeding, like tears.
Mm-hmm.
And this very like kind of platinum light hits the base of the tree that is falling down.
Mm-hmm.
And the nearest branches curl up, just like crackle in this almost witchy druidic like gnarling where it conjures every bit of like, have you seen the people who make sculptures out of like gnarled wood from the
Yeah.
sea?
Yeah.
It does that, and it forms very crudely this full stag image. And I'm going to cast Antlers of the Flower.
Oh, I've been waiting on that one.
So this stag in a 30-foot line down the tree. And 10 feet on either side, well, 5 feet on either side, so it's like a full 10 feet mechanically, is going to hit the guy who got hit by the tree and the one going around it.
Beautiful.
And they need to make a dexterity saving throw.
All right. This one is going to be.
Oh, great roll. Cool.
Incredible. Okay. This is oh my god, why? Okay, 10 is the highest I rolled on both of them.
24 radiant damage. As down this old tree, as you said, it blooms more than it probably did in any bit of its life. It is, and they're flowers that you've never recognized. They seem like the progenitor of flowers, and they glow with this kind of radiant essence. And they take 24 radiant damage each.
The initiate's dead.
Nice.
Fuck that guy specifically.
Who is the closest person to the tree? Because I think they're in like ally-wise. I think that's Dimitri.
Yep.
Okay, Dimitri, since you're in the flowering area, this would be difficult terrain for hostile creatures. But since you are touching it immediately, you regain 2 hit points.
Yay, so full health.
You feel really good.
It is a familiar feeling. So there's that. Actually, you know what? I'll put the 2, since technically an ally is my little face spirit, and so on his turn he's going to bonus action just like now it's all flowered and he's just weaving, he's just like through all of these branches. Just the most terrifying shit. Like his head is like way too big. Like it's just like he's made it into a shark fin for no reason.
Oh wow.
And comes up and just spider monkeys on this guy's shoulders to attack him. Which, because he did his little face step, he gets a natural 20, so 30 to hit.
He's jumping over to Red Coat Prime.
Yeah.
Okay.
He's the last one left, right?
Yep.
For now.
Yeah.
We're about to dogpile this man.
Yeah, he's not gonna have a good time. So that's a full 20 force damage.
20 force damage. Beautiful.
Yeah, all doubled and everything.
He takes the brunt of that slash and he kind of buckles forward a little bit, but then like spits out some blood and then like wipes his bloody mouth and then like wipes it on the blade of his sword and it starts to light on fire as with each passing of the blood on the blade.
Oh, and because of my wand, since I cast a leveled spell, I can move 15 feet, teleporty wise, into the cart.
Okay.
Since now those guys are here, they will help me.
Help me.
Help me.
Ezra, is that at the end? Oh, yes. So see if you save.
Jesus Christ. That's fine. It's a 3.
Holy crap.
3,
Well,
1, 3.
Beautiful. Ezra, it is now your turn.
So where's this? Which one's the enemy?
This guy right up here.
This guy, okay. Can I reach him? 5, 10, 15,
Is that
25?
is that a
I think so.
concentration check thing? Or is that
Yeah.
just a fuck
No.
you thing?
No, that's a see if you can come unfrozen.
No, not me. Like, is what he did to me something that he has to have concentration on? It's just what I'm asking. Okay, never mind.
Did I reach him?
You are from where? Wait,
I have
30.
40 feet of movement.
Oh, no, yeah. Then you were right up to him.
Awesome. Yep, I think we all know what Ezra's gonna do, guys.
Yes, as the end another person's career.
I'm really gonna try. Okay. All right, let's start with the stick. That's a 19 to hit.
That hits.
Let's go. That's 11 points of quarterstaff damage.
Beautiful. Cracks him across the face. You see his nose is definitely broken now.
Do I have? Hold on. Do I have an ability? I do. Okay. I'm going to spend another key point
Hmm.
because I don't believe in saving. So I hit him with my a monk weapon. He has to make a DC. He has to make a con saving throw.
Okay. Constitution saving throw.
Yeah, it's not a high DC, so he's probably gonna get it. But
12.
Ah, yeah, he succeeds. Not by much because the DC was 11. Okay, so his speed is halved.
Speed is
And
halved.
And the next attack roll against him has advantage. So guess what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna punch him.
Beautiful. Punch with advantage.
Yep. Let's see if I can get that 20.
He's definitely bloodied. Definitely
it's only
hurting.
26. Damn it.
That
Okay,
that does hit.
Yeah. I'm not gonna spend a second key point. I've already spent so many. Where's my key tracker? There it is. I guess. How bad does he look?
He looks like he's bleeding out everywhere. The thing that's been interesting with these red coat people, they don't look like they feel pain much, despite the fact that they might be bleeding or broken.
Well, you know, if he doesn't feel pain, there's no harm in doing another hand of harm, you know?
Yeah, why not?
It clearly he thinks that he can handle it, so that's what I'm gonna do with my punch here.
All right. Charge that bad boy up.
That is, I think I rolled the same thing again. I rolled a 7 and an 8, which means it is, 12 points of punch and 8 points of necrotic damage.
I love that it's just separated like that. 12 points of punch, 8 points of necrotic. How do you end this man?
Awesome.
Oh my god.
So he's frozen my teacher.
Yes.
I think he's done. I just put the D8 in the wrong spot. Fuck. Okay. He froze my teacher, and I run up to him, and I was like, I'm about to get the most ultimate revenge. So I run up, and I attempt to stunning strike him. Be like, let's see how you like being paralyzed, and it doesn't work. I go, and I hit him with my quarterstaff. And it like glows a little bit, but it seems like it's not quite strong. He's a little bit stronger than my stick, which is understandable. And I hit him and I see it doesn't work. And I go, well, let's end this then. And again, my hand, the ink of my tattoos bleeds into my skin, and I right in the chest, and again you watch that pulse of black energy just pulse out from his heart through his body and glaze his eyes over, and he just collapses as if I punched the soul out of him.
As if.
Oh.
Not that you literally did, but as if you did.
No, but it's like that.
Yeah. This punch, Dimitri, you see it again as this guy like gets cracked in the face with a staff. His nose is like bent over to the side. He still looks filled with malice. It's like looking at a wild animal, but one that is predatory and in control. And yet when he gets punched that last time, the up his neck and across his face, those black veins kind of pop from his head before his eyes glaze white. And for that brief moment, there doesn't even seem like there's that much of an agonizing reaction, even though you can only imagine how awful this would feel. And as he falls to his knees, as he falls over, you swear that there's a smile on his face as his face goes right into the dirt. Ash.
I just look up. Well, at least he died happy.
Oh, God. Ash, your blood returns to its normal state.
Does my blood return to its normal state?
You didn't even realize that it had, but it did back when you had first killed that man before.
Got it. Cool. Great.
Dimitri, your... Wait,
Do I still feel
no, the hex is gone. Not with this guy. Having fallen, the shadows don't seem to cling to you as much.
All right, sound off. Everyone alive, that matters. All right.
I would like to loot them for all they're worth. Do you guys watch as Ezra immediately crouches down and begins rifling through the main guy that he just killed's pockets, mutters to himself, "Should use worth 12 silver."
Can I assist in that with detect magic, just in case something's in like a pocket that doesn't, exist, or is in like the inseam or
Sure.
anything like that?
Go for it. Make an investigation check. Dimitri, what are you doing?
The one red coat guy that I know. I'm gonna go up to him.
Yeah, the one that they're currently looting stuff from his body at the moment.
Yeah, I'm just gonna inspect him real quick and see my nose twitch. I'm trying to catch the scent of where he's going. Well, where he came from.
Nose twitches as you take it's to everybody else, it's like when someone breathes in a deep sigh. He just takes in this big whiff of air through his nose, and he holds it before he finally and in the cold, crisp air, there's that like when you can see your breath, kind of like goes out. The light from the fire is now starting to die down a little bit as the oil gets burnt out. Yeah, this guy's
Smell
this definitely smells like the same guy. The only problem is you don't smell your brother. You look around into the trees, seeing if there's anybody else that is going to come running out from the shadows. You feel, for whatever reason, the hair on the back of your neck, the hackles start to rise. No, there's nobody else that's coming out. But almost as if on cue, you hear the howl echoing through the hills. Ash,
That sound close.
you're digging through the pockets and you find
I rolled a 30.
beautiful.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, I didn't roll for the pockets. Hang on, let me roll. Didn't roll a 30. That's for sure.
There's a little pocket book. It's about like that big.
Yeah.
Teeny tiny.
Looking for intel or magic.
Doesn't seem to have magic. Well, maybe. If it does, this is nothing you've seen before. In it are notes scribbled in a cipher that you've not seen before. With some time, given some time, you could probably figure it out. But you go to one of the last pages, and you see a odd, quick sketch. A smeared, almost like smeared paint, before you realize it's not paint, but blood. And it's Dimitri's house before it had collapsed. This is not good. You think about how the effects of this man, how he was able to freeze the blood within your veins. The Fold has no record of anybody being able to control an Orphic in such a manner. Okay. This is upset. This is... Exciting is the wrong word. But in that sense of it's exciting to the, like, increasing your heart rate. Increasing the goosebumps down your arms. This is something new.
Okay. I'll pocket the book. And just like for brevity's sake, check on the team and go to each body, kind of give like a search. I know that was like the most important guy. Mm-hmm. So that's more like rounding up muskets and the coats, any like weaponry, throwing it in the cart, but leaving the bodies, and then reporting to via the Spice Murmur.
It only works for a mile.
Okay.
I have a magic sword.
But we'll come back to that next time.
No!
On Dragon Ball Z.
Hey, you did it, guys. Your first battle.
That's
I
pretty
killed
intense.
4 men.
And Dimitri didn't die.
Aaron,
That's all I wanted.
First battle with Khalil, I fell down the tree. This one, I bring down the tree.
You brought down the tree. Next time, I'm taking
Next
the
time
tree
you
down.
are a tree.
You get
I am
turned.
Groot.
You get polymorphed into a tree the next time. That's fine.
Oh, wow.
All right. Good job, guys. Yeah.
It's an interesting party makeup.
Mm-hmm.
It's fun. It's pretty cool.
It's gonna be. You did a lot of punching, Ezra. You did a lot of killing too.
I did.
Yeah.
I
Monks.
killed 4 men.
It's pretty wild.
One more, she would have had 5 guys.
5 guys. Oh no.
Fuck.
So close. So close. All right, guys. Well, thank you so much. We'll see you next Thursday for the continuation of Age of Innovation. We'll see you Tuesday for the return of Age of Myth. And yeah, we'll see you guys soon. Have a good weekend. Stay safe. Stay fey. Be brave. And the safe word is mango.
Mango.
Bye.
Mango.
Mango. Mango. Mango.